Greetings everyone, thanks for tuning in. This is my Bixler 2 progress report. I reported earlier on how I mounted the lower channel cover. Now I'm going to share with you the motor mount. The motor mount consists of a circular, I believe, carbon fiber cylinder glued in all the way around. It's, as you probably have found out, rather difficult to get to the screws, so I cut a section top off and goes back on quite nicely. This allows you to get inside to the motor mount. I prefer using hex head screws because you can get a hex wrench in there at an angle and still apply a lot of pressure. I do intend to reinforce this mount by inserting threaded aluminum rods, one straight down here for about 4 inches down here, 4 inches down here, and put an aluminum strap over the top to reinforce it. So this is the original motor, and it failed after a couple of flights. It fails. What happened is upon startup, it doesn't always start up. Every maybe 8 or 9 attempts, it just wouldn't start. So I unfortunately got a bad one. I guess most of them are pretty good. And until then, I'm running a smaller prop. It's a 6.4 on there. This T-motor comes from a different plane, but it is by far the smoothest running motor I've had so far. Compared to the other motors, this is a 2208, 1550 kV. Plenty of power here. You put the stock prop on that motor, and it's got so much power. It's unbelievable. Comparing the power usage, the 6.4 prop on this T-motor pulls about 12 amps and 140 watts. You put the 7.5 prop on there, and it doubles everything. 20 amps, 240 watts, but the thrust is at least doubled. I haven't measured the thrust, but it's at least doubled. I'm going to reinforce it by, like I say, putting a strap over the top. I ran the ESC, cut a channel here for the ESC to keep the ESC close to the motor. Also to isolate the noise it creates from the receiver. I'm running a AR 600 receiver down inside. AR 600 receiver. It's got 2 antennas. The antenna in the back has a short little feeder, and then the active antenna is vertical. I created a plastic holder for it, so it's in a vertical position away from electronics. The second antenna I brought outside and away from electronics again, and it's in the horizontal position. So I've got one vertical, one horizontal, as far away from noise generating electronics as possible. Okay, here are 3 motors I'm going to be experimenting with on the Bixler 2. The one on the right is a Firepower 400 speed. It is a 2830-13 1300 kV motor. As mentioned before, I prefer the screw-on rotor end prop adapters. They appear to be much more secure and much better balanced. Here's the NTM prop drive 2826 1350 kV motor, which is a higher quality motor. I'm waiting for the prop end adapter, and quite likely this is the one that'll probably stay on the Bixler most of the time. This monster motor over here, it's a 3-ounce motor, produces huge amount of power. It is a 2836 1500, made by Carnegie. It's an SK3. I put that on the plane just to see what it would do with the 7.5 prop, and it just jumps out of your hand. And with the mount that's currently in there, I wouldn't feel comfortable flying with that. I'd have to like really reinforce the mount a lot to accommodate such power. That's a 3-ounce motor here, and these little motors here at about maybe 2 ounces each. Thank you. So here is the 808 number 16 version 2 with the D lens. I've got some Velcro here, and the camera disc goes right here at a slight down angle. I do put a rubber band on there just to keep it from possibly flying away.